Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are continuing the Nectarean Ocean of Holy Name by Satchidanand Swami Maharaj. The holy name liberates from all sins. The previous verse is recounted in connection with the liberation of Ajamila. Being a pious Brahmana in his being a pious Brahmana in his boyhood, Ajamila later fell down from the path of religion and became a criminal who committed the most abominable and infamous deeds. However, on his deathbed, he remembered his youngest son Narayana and affectionately called out his name. This was counted as chanting Namabhasa. Consequently, when Yamadutas appeared to drag him to hell, he was rescued by Vishnudutas, the servants of Sri Vishnu, who brought him to Vaikuntha. As a reason, they explained to the astonished Yamadutas. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.2.7 Ayam hi kruta nirvesho janma koti amah ahasam api yadvyajahara vivaso nama swasti ayan nam hare. Ajamila has already atoned for all his sinful actions. Indeed, he has atoned not only for sins performed in one life, but for those performed in millions of lives. For in a helpless condition, he chanted the holy name of Narayana. Even though he did not chant purely, he chanted without offense. And therefore, he is now pure and eligible for liberation. The word Vivasaha is significant. Ajamila chanted in a helpless condition, and therefore his chanting was offenseless. This important advice has been already addressed in the chapter about the inner attitude on chanting is also stressed by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Without receiving the mercy of the holy name, one will be unable to remove his anarthas despite repeated attempts. However, if one cries sincerely at the lotus feet of the name, then within a few days all anarthas will vanish. Sri Bhajana Rahasya Dvitiya Yama Sadhana. In his commentary to the above words, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura quotes the following sloka, Garuda Purana. Avasenapi yannamni kirtite sarvapatakai puman vimuchyate sadhya simha trastair mrugair iva. Avasena in a helpless condition, api even yannami is the Lord's name. Kirtithe, if it is chanted, sarva of all, patakhai of the sinful reaction, puman, a man, vimuchyate is completely freed, sadhya, at the very moment, simha of a lion, trashtai, who are fearful, mrugha, forest animal, iva, like the sins are like. If one chants the holy name of the Lord, even in a helpless condition or without desiring to do so, all the reactions of his sinful life depart, just as when lion roars, all the small animals flee in fear. Here the word avashena is used in a helpless condition. So a similar statement is given in beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam when the sages of Naimisharanya address Srila Sutta Goswami as follows. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.114 Apanna samstrim goram yannama vivaso grunan tata sajjo vimuccheta yad viveti swayam bhayam. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed up immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of the Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. Note again the word vivasa. Another significant term in Srimad Bhagavatam 6.2.7 quoted above is Janma Koti Amhasam. The sins of millions of births are extinguished. Koti is the highest number counted in the Vedic system, which is 10 million. One might ask how many sinful reactions one single holy name is really able to eradicate. In answering, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura quotes another verse. बृहद विष्णु पुराण नामनो हि यावती शक्ति पाप निर्हरणे हरे तावत् कर्तुं न शक्नोति पातकम pataki naraha namna by one single holy name. High indeed, Yavati, as soon as it is chanted, Shakti, the potency, Papa of the sin, Nirharane, the extinguishing, Hare, the name of Sri Hari, Tavat, then so it so happens, Kartum, to commit, na never, Shaknoti, he is able to, Patakam, sins which cause one's fall down, Pataki, a sinful, Nara, a man. Simply by chanting one of the holy names of Hari, a sinful man can counteract the reactions to more sins than he is able to commit. In other words, there is no way of calculating the potency of the holy name against the weight of one's sinful reactions, because the latter are material, whereas the holy name is spiritual. Consequently, no one, even one name of Krishna outweighs an unlimited stock of karma. Nothing in this material world can be as auspicious as the holy name. Srila Prabhupada, departing from the relative perspective and looking from the absolute perspective, explaining this correction. The conception that there are things auspicious and inauspicious in material world is more or less a mental concoction, because there is nothing auspicious in the material world. Everything is inauspicious because the very material nature is inauspicious. We simply imagine it to be auspicious. Real auspiciousness depends on activities in Krishna conscious, in full devotion and service. Stop here. So yeah, we had that concept. Today's topic is holy name liberates from all the sins, and it says that holy name is auspicious. Everything in material world is inauspicious because material world itself is inauspicious, and it's holy name when it is enchanted offenselessly or helplessly calling for Krishna can eradicate the sins one can more able to commit in multiple lifetimes. So that is so powerful. Holy name is so powerful to take out any sinful reactions, or one can commit in millions of times. And here the example is given, well, Ajamila. Even Ajamila is not a pure chanter, but he chanted in a helpless condition, taking his son's name Narayana. But even then, you know, he could able to get all his sinful reactions cleared by Krishna. When the Yamadutas comes, Vishnudutas came and protected him. It also said there's no way of calculating the potency of the holy name against the weight of one's sinful reaction, because um, sinful reactions are up in the material, but whereas holy name is spiritual.